What's up, y'all? We're here with Austin Ashura. We are talking about his top 5 Japanese maples. I mean, we're here at the Maple Society right now. Look at this beautiful garden behind us. I mean, it is just eye candy all around. So many awesome people. And the maples here, it's just as important as the people here too, wouldn't you say, man? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the other way around.
It's pretty good. It's like you're meeting enthusiasts of all kinds. Privileged to walk through some members' gardens here. The plant palette's so different from Salt Lake City. Pretty stoked to be up in the Pacific Northwest.
Best place in the world, other than Japan, obviously, to grow woody ornamentals. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty miraculous. The conifers here too. I'm going to be starting to put together a top 5 conifer list here shortly.
yeah, man. Well, let's get started. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Shinda Shoujo. I really like how it comes out in the spring. Pretty nice size. My selection in Salt Lake's pretty slim, so every day I learn a new cultivar out here. Just starting to get into the weeds.
Yeah, man. I mean, Shinda Sojo, that's an awesome one. I don't know if you're into bonsai, but I mean, people, we cannot keep that one in stock. People want that all the time. And I've seen some beautiful bonsai of that. Beautiful red colors in the springtime, and that summer flush is absolutely amazing. I mean, you turn fire truck engine red up just a crank, and that's what you got for Shinda Shoujo, man.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So what size specimen do you have that you're working with at home, man?
So I would say it's probably around 5 feet tall, a little bit wider, maybe even 6 feet, and probably by 8 feet.
Yeah, that's a pretty large specimen, man.
Yeah,
You know.
it's been in the ground for a while.
Yeah, I love that tree. I feel like Shin meaning improved to Sojo, and I mean that one definitely does have a little bit more interest in that. And, awesome plant. All right, Austin, what's your number 4, man?
My number 4 would probably be Geisha Gone Wild. I bought that this spring from MrMaple in 1 gallon, so I can't say I've witnessed all of its spring, fall, summer yet, but it's an exciting plant. I have it in a pot because I don't want to plant it at my house and then not be able to take it with me.
Oh yeah, I mean, Geisha Gone Wild. What an aptly named tree. A sport off of Geisha. Already starting off with a wild tree and then having a sport off of that one. Getting amazing variegation cut through that leaf. And I mean, this one lights up with beautiful pinks and reds in the springtime. I love the fall time color as well. And I mean, Sean talks about this one. You got this plant in your front yard. People are gonna be slamming on those brakes, skidding across the road to be like, what is that tree, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gonna be pretty excited to watch it get bigger.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple large specimens of it, and I mean, that thing is like a fine wine. It just gets better and better. You know, you can kind of shape it a little bit and get some interesting forms. But I mean, awesome tree, man. All right, what's your number 3, man?
Shisha Gashira.
Dude, you got some great plants going on, man. Shishigashira, I mean, that one is a classic. Been in the game for since the 1800s. Awesome tree. We've gotten to see some pretty large
We've
ones
seen some
here.
big ones.
Dude,
20 plus.
yeah, 20,
Unbelievable.
20 feet tall. I mean, you're like, whoa, you look at that thing, you're like, what the heck is that? And then you start to see that foliage, and it's like, that's a Shishigashira, man.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the stuff that we've seen out here so far.
So what pulls your attention to this tree, man?
I just think like it's just like clumping habit to where you necessarily don't have to prune so much. It's more like you're just pruning some branches and just letting the leaves do their thing and sort of just letting it mound up where it wants to mound. I've worked with a few in different spaces where some are potted, some aren't. So like the size and the garden or landscape that they're in definitely represents the tree a little bit differently. So it's fun.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing, while we've been on this trip, I saw one that really just had a single trunk, maybe two main trunk pieces that went up. I never had seen that before because it was like almost like they were on standards.
Yeah.
And the standards started about 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then you get that shishi. I feel like the shape of this one is usually, I like to describe it as like a living firework almost, man. You know, you have a vase shape almost, you know, that cone shape with shooting of the columns of Shishigashira branches. And I mean, that one's a classic.
Out here, I think they're just like trying to get to that sunlight, so they're growing pretty rapidly to try and get a little bit closer to, you know, escape the dark.
Yeah. What do you like this one's fall color, man?
Yeah, I think it's pretty. A lot of the stuff we're seeing out here right now doesn't have the fall color, and then in Salt Lake, I'm like, sometimes trees never get good fall color because they just burn up before fall comes around. Then our fall is just so short. But this year is really nice. We've been getting a lot of rain.
Yeah, that one has some awesome oranges and yellows going through. I mean, that thing literally looks like it's on fire out in the garden. I mean, it's just a cone of fire shooting up, and you can't go wrong with a Shishigashira. Do you like some of those other line families? Have you dipped your toe into Ojishi or Majishi yet?
No, not yet.
Oh man, well, I'm telling you, those are some
it's
cool
just starting.
ones
It's just starting.
All right, man. What is your number 2?
Makawa Yatsubusa.
Guys, you guys know what Makawa Yatsubusa is, and there's a reason why so many people love it. It's a classic maple. I mean, the chartreuse, the green.
Yeah, just like that green color year round, I feel like it just has something to offer to you all year that you just don't see in other cultivars.
No kidding. That tight, dense shingling of the leaves. I mean, it looks like a cloud almost out there in the garden. You know, you have a couple big branches shoot up and weave themselves through the garden, and then have a large clump of like cloud leaves almost. And I mean, everybody wants those Makawa Yatsubusa types. I don't know if you've gotten into some Mayday or some Japanese Princess, but this is a cultivar with a lot of genetic depth, I feel like, man. Like, people are keep pushing that edge of what Makawas can do, man.
Yeah, I saw Dan has a princess back there in a pot. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, dude, it's like, and it's all coming from this amazing lineage of Makawa Yatsubusa, another old plant. I mean, and there's a reason why it sticks around so long. I think my favorite part about it is those super lime green new growth leaves during the summertime.
So pretty in the summer.
It's electric, man.
Especially in sort of a shaded conifer area where it just pops.
Yeah, no kidding, man. All right, guys. Number 1 Japanese maple. What do you got, man?
Got to go with a little bit of height. Autumn moon.
Yeah.
The spring foliage on those are magnificent.
Dude, I'm digging this list.
And I like the big leaf.
Yeah, that big leaf allows for spring color, fall color. The summer growth is looking nice. I'm part of the party that believes bigger is better. And I mean, with maples, that's always the truth.
Yeah.
Larger foliage means a larger canvas for color.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, what's some of those colors that you've seen in this one, man?
I've seen some like really deep orange in the spring that makes you stop and take a second, put the shears down, and you're like, oh, enjoy this.
That's always something that I'm looking for. You know, walking through the greenhouses, it's easy to get wrapped up in all the maintenance and work that gardening is. But I mean, there's some plants that are like, hey, look at me, man. And I think Autumn Moon is one of those plants. I mean, there's one in the backyard that's looking, fall color is looking magnificent right now.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with that one.
Nah.
Well, this has been Austin Ashura's top 5 Japanese maples. I appreciate you coming out here and doing this with us, man.
Yeah, appreciate the time. Love what you guys are doing. You know, people need to learn more about maples and get hooked.
No kidding, man. You got to be careful with the maples. You can see Sometimes you get a little maple crazy, but hey,
Create a group.
that's a good thing, man. I mean, look at how many awesome people there are. The Maple Society allows you to meet some of the coolest people putting out introductions, some of the craziest collectors. I mean, you get to meet awesome people like Austin and talk Japanese maples. It's a great time. If you guys enjoy this content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe down below to the Mr. Maple Show. And remember, take care, God bless, and have a great day.
Thanks, y'all.